So for about the past 6 months, I've been using this Garmin 55S. It's one of their introductory watches, and I've been a big fan of my Garmin watch. I got this to replace my original Garmin Vivo Active just because the battery life started getting bad on it. And today I want to go through what I like about this watch. So this watch can track a number of activities. It can do your classic outdoor activities like running, cycling, or really anything else you want. But it can also track yoga, which is nice. It tracks how much breathing you do. It can do indoor activities like high intensity interval training. It can track your swimming in the pool, just basic cardio, and it can even give you breath work sessions if you want to work on your breath work. Additionally, it can pretty much do any other activity you want, as you see here. It offers you a very wide range of activities to track, and if you're uploading from your Garmin Connect to Strava, it will accurately feed those activities to Strava, which is quite nice because I use Strava and I appreciate that feature. Additionally, given this is a purpose-built running watch, it will suggest running workouts to you based upon what you tell it your aim is. It'll give you workouts based on the amount of work you've done prior this week and how much recovery you need, and based on what your goals are for a marathon or half marathon or a 10K or a 5K. And very often, those workouts will have intervals involved, like the one I'm showing you here. This one, it's got a warm-up, a high-intensity section, and a cool-down. It's also got interval training built in and a lot of other workouts. And I found that quite nice when I can't really or don't want to come up with a workout plan on my own. It'll also suggest rest days, but as you see here, I haven't been working out enough, so it's not a rest day. You can choose to do this workout, or you can choose like target types, such as your pace for the run or heart rate. I typically go with heart rate because I tend to find it more accurate in terms of perceived effort for what I'd like to do. So once you decide to start this activity, this workout that it's suggesting to you, you start it and it'll show you, since I chose heart rate for instance, it'll show me where I am relative to the heart rate zone. So whether I'm above, below, or within the zone of heart rate it finds acceptable. And if I am outside of it, it'll yell at me, it'll vibrate, it'll make a noise. It's nice. So you can be doing your workout and it'll remind you of staying inside of the heart rate zone or the pace or whatever else you specified. Additionally, this watch will show you predicted workout times and such. So it shows you your VO2 max, so your volume of oxygen max, and then it shows you what it thinks you could do in like a 5K, 10K, and all the way up to a marathon. As you see, I'm a little out of shape. It shows you how much recovery it thinks you need, so whether you can work out or what, and if it's 0 hours recovery, it thinks you can work out. It also shows you what workouts you've done in the past, so you can go back to old workouts and look at your stats for them, like how many calories you burned, what your heart rate was, whatever else. If you're interested in that, it'll show you the information about those workouts. It's pretty nice. So even if you don't use Garmin Connect or whatnot, you can get that data. It also shows you your heart rate. So if you go into the heart rate menu, it'll show you what your heart rate's been for the past 4 hours and what your resting heart rate is relative to the past few days. And as you can see, mine's climbing, and that's a little concerning. But it's probably just because I didn't sleep well the past couple days. So yeah, it gives you that sort of information, which is quite valuable to me. I think it's nice, and historically it's been good. For instance, when I got COVID, it accurately showed that my stress was up and my heart rate was up and my resting heart rate was up. Also, it gives you the option to do Garmin Coach, and it shows you something called body battery, which using your heart rate tells you how rested you are and basically how well you slept. And I found this feature quite accurate. When I do not sleep well, such as last night, it knows that my body battery didn't go up to 100, and in fact, it goes up to something like 66, and nowadays I know what a 66 feels like. It really is quite intuitive, the way they've got it programmed. And it shows you how, it lets you track how many steps you've done the past few days or today. It shows you some basic notifications, so it has some smartwatch features. You can like read emails or read text messages on this watch, which I have found quite nice. And typically during an activity, it'll pop up a little overhead menu for you and show you that. You can also check the weather and the air quality on this watch. Here I'm in Sacramento right now, so it's showing me the weather for the next few days, whether it's going to have precipitation, and what the air quality is. And finally, it gives you little calendar reminders here, like me to take my melatonin at night. And you can even add third-party apps, which I'll show you later, like how much water am I drinking, which I really don't keep track of well enough. But yeah, it's pretty nice. It gives you quite a few features. There's also another menu you can get, which allows you to activate a timer. So here I can set a timer, for instance, if I throw something in the oven. And it's really nice not having to go look for my phone, so I can set this timer. It's nice to have it on my wrist so I don't walk off from my phone and forget about the timer. If I set a timer, it goes off on my wrist. It's nice. You can set a stopwatch, and it has a lap feature, which is quite convenient. If you're doing laps around a track or something, you can keep track of how fast your laps were very easily. It has alarms, and these alarms are actually really good. You can set quite a few of them, pretty much as many as you want. I don't think it's limited. You can set when they occur, whether it's a one-time thing, weekday, weekend, whether this alarm makes a noise or just vibrates on your wrist, and what the label is. It's quite a nice feature. You can lock the watch. You can power it off. You can toggle your assistant, so whether if you have like an accident, it might call 911 or something. You can connect your phone, sync your phone. You can set it to do not disturb, which means no noises, as you're hearing here. And you can even find your phone. So here I'm gonna grab my phone and put it next to me. And you can see here, if you do find your phone, it makes your phone make noise. So if you lose it, it'll help you find where it is. It immediately, no matter what your phone is set to silence-wise, it'll start making noise. It's quite an intuitive feature. And yeah, those are the features that this watch offers on this menu. So there's also an app called ConnectIQ. I've got it on my phone here, and I'm bringing it up, and I'm going to show you the startup procedure. So you just download this app called ConnectIQ, that's it on the left, and you open it, you just give it permissions on your phone, it'll start right up after you accept a few things, if you've got it connected to your watch, and it will recognize your watch. So here I am accepting it, accepting the user agreement, and the app will load. You select your watch, so I've got my old watch in there, but I'm selecting my new watch. And on the Garmin 55S, you can do quite a few interesting things. So it gives you a list of third-party apps that your watch will accept. There's quite a few stuff on there, whether it's stuff that will track Strava segments or hydration, or you can even use this app to like set your picture. So as you see here, I've got this weird picture of Thanos. I could pick a more traditional watch face, or I could pick what I use here, which is just a picture of a bicycle. It also shows you other information about your watch that you might want to toggle. The app's pretty interesting if you want to customize your watch a bit, which is a pretty nice feature for a watch that costs just over $100. So I mainly use this watch for running. That's what I bought it for. I bought it for the workouts that it offers and the metrics it offers to show you how well you're running relative to your old efforts. And personally, I found that great. Here you can see me running with it. You see it doesn't really jiggle at all, even when it's loose enough that it doesn't like hurt your arm or anything. It's very comfortable for long distance running, and the battery life's great. I think I've seen it cited that it'll last like 18 to 20 hours without a recharge, and from what I can tell, that's true. Additionally, if you're just going to be wearing it as a smartwatch, this watch will last like 2 weeks without charging. If you're not using it for activity. When you use GPS, it lasts a little bit less time. But for running, this watch is extremely comfortable, and I have nothing but good things to say about it. As you see, it just stays on your arm really well. It's a good running watch. It's nice, it's basic, it's comfortable. This watch has also been my primary tool for tracking cycling, and I can't really complain about it there either. I've worn my old Wahoo Kicker heart rate strap next to this, and I find that while the Wahoo Kicker tracks like quick variations in heart rate much better, this watch just does just fine, and on average it gets the heart rate just right. Also for cycling, it doesn't present any comfort issues, and I found the watch face to be nice and quick and easy to take a quick glance at while you're riding your bike. I use this all the time for cycling, and for cycling, I can't complain about it either. It honestly is a very good multi-sport watch. I also use it for swimming, and I found that it hasn't had any issues being waterproof at all. Finally, I use this watch for a little more hardy activities like weightlifting, and it tracks my heart rate well during this, And additionally, I've banged plenty of weights against the watch screen, and all the thing has after about 6 months is a couple of barely noticeable scratches. The thing's really tough, and it handles weightlifting, it handles trail running, it handles mountain biking, and pretty much anything else I could do that might be liable to break a watch. And while it does those things, it records the heart rate well. So yeah, that's it. That's the review of my Garmin 55S. It's honestly been a great running watch, but even more than that, it's been a great multi-sport watch and an amazing replacement to my Vivo Active. The battery life's great, the comfort's fantastic. I love that it suggests me running workouts because often I'm unmotivated to come up with anything creative, and it really just has a great battery life, so I don't have to think about charging it, and if I forget the charger for a trip, it doesn't end up biting me in the butt. This watch is great in terms of being a smartwatch too. It offers me plenty of features that I want, such as being an alarm clock, having a timer, having a stopwatch if I'm running on the track, and really anything else that I might want. It's all in all great. It's what I want in a watch. It's comfortable, it's basic, and it didn't leave me broke. Anyways, this has been Buyback Boston, and I appreciate you watching. If you liked this video, go ahead and give me a subscribe. I do bicycling and generally mobility related content, such as running, cycling, riding my electric scooter, hiking, and anything else, but mainly cycling around the city of Boston. And I'd love a subscription or a like or a comment. All of it helps me with the algorithm. Anyways, hope you have a good day. Bye.